Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into a really big player in the Indian online travel scene, ixigo.
That's right.
And our mission really is to go beyond just seeing it as a booking site. We want to understand how they've built this whole system using, AI and some deep government ties to try and smooth out the bumps in travel.
Yeah, smooth out the bumps or eliminate travel friction, as the sources say. That's the core idea here.
Right.
They clearly saw the specific headaches of traveling in India, especially trains, and built tech to fix each one. It's like a full stack approach.
It really is. So we'll be covering the main areas: flights, trains, hotels, buses. But the interesting part, I think, is how the tech, the AI, connects all these pieces. Okay, let's unpack this. Maybe start with the foundations. Flights and hotels. See how they differ from, say, a standard OTA.
Sounds good. So yeah, they have the website, the apps, and they cover both domestic and international flights. That's standard.
Sure.
But the clever part is the features built around managing that real-time travel anxiety.
Anxiety. Yeah, that feels like the right word when you're watching flight time slip, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they've got things like the live flight status and tracker. Useful. But maybe even more useful day to day is the auto web check-in.
Ah, okay. That's a big convenience factor.
It really is. Think about all the steps sometimes needed just to check in with the airline directly. Automating that saves time, stops you missing deadlines. It's a small thing, but it adds up.
And what about finding the best price? Everyone claims to have the lowest fares. How smart are their tools?
Well, their smart fare alerts use machine learning. So it's not just, a simple price dropped notification.
Right.
It's looking at fluctuations, historical data, comparing different options, even connecting flights
Yeah.
to actually suggest if you should book now or maybe wait. It's trying to be predictive.
Okay, predictive advice, not just an alert. That's where the AI starts to really show its value, I guess.
Definitely.
Now, shifting gears to hotels. They cover the whole range, budget to luxury. But again, is there something special in how they offer them?
Yeah, there's flexibility built in. Things like pay-at-hotel options, which are great if you don't want to tie up money up front. And of course, free cancellation policies are pretty common now, but crucial.
Standard stuff, but good to have.
Right. But the really unique thing, I think, is the hourly hotels feature.
Hourly hotels. Tell me more. That sounds tailored specifically for, transit situations.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It shows they really get the Indian travel context. You might have, say, a 6-hour gap between a morning train and an afternoon flight.
Or just need a place for a few hours near a station or airport.
Exactly. A clean, safe space without paying for a full day. It's super efficient, both logistically and financially. It fills a specific need.
Smart. Very smart. Okay, so that's flights and hotels. And you mentioned they also do buses. Everything from state buses to fancy Volvos.
Yep, comprehensive bus coverage, too.
But we really need to talk about the elephant in the room for Indian travel.
Cranes. Yes, trains. This is where ixigo moves beyond just being an OTA and becomes, well, almost part of the essential infrastructure. The sources really hammer home their status as an IRCTC authorized partner.
IRCTC, Indian Railway Catering and Tourism Corporation, the official body, right?
The only official body for e-ticketing on Indian railways. Being an authorized partner is a massive deal.
So what does that actually mean for me, the user, trying to book a train ticket, which can be notoriously difficult?
It means trust, reliability. They are plugged directly into the Indian Railway system. No third-party scraping, no unofficial routes. You're getting authorized booking, real-time seat info, direct access. The data is solid.
Okay, so the booking itself is official, but train travel involves more than just the ticket, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And they handle those often frustrating surrounding bits, like managing your IRCTC login registration, password resets, which can be surprisingly fiddly. ixigo streamlines it.
That's helpful.
Then there's the P&R status check.
P&R, passenger name record, that's your booking ID, essentially.
Exactly. And checking it tells you if your waitlisted ticket has moved up, if it's confirmed yet. Which leads to, honestly, one of their most powerful features.
Yeah.
Confirmation prediction.
Right. Forecasting if your waitlisted ticket is likely to get confirmed. That sounds like applying some serious tech. How do they even do that?
It's machine learning again, crunching huge amounts of data. Historical clearance rates for that specific train, route, class, day of the week. It factors in cancellation patterns, seasonal rushes, like festivals.
Wow.
And based on all that, it gives you a probability percentage, like 70% chance your ticket will confirm.
That's incredibly valuable. Knowing the odds helps you decide whether to wait or book a backup plan, right? Instead of just hoping.
Precisely. Especially before chart preparation.
Heart prep. That's the final list the railways make a few hours before departure, where wait lists get finalized.
Exactly. Knowing the likelihood before that point gives you a massive strategic edge. You're not scrambling last minute.
And they don't stop there. They also track the train itself.
Yep. Live train running status. Real-time location, essential for coordinating pickups or planning connections. And they've even bundled in things like order food on train through their subsidiary, Zoop.
Nope. Okay.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's this deep integration, managing your official login, predicting your ticket chances, tracking the train, feeding you, that really makes them different. They're managing the whole journey's stress points.
That seamless integration, it's the perfect lead-in to talk more about the tech itself, because this is where the AI goes from just being informative to actually offering, well, guarantees. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Exactly. Because when you're that confident in your predictions, you can start putting your money where your mouth is, offering guarantees, mitigating risk for the traveler.
Let's talk about the boldest one, the travel guarantee or alternate travel plan. This is for waitlisted train or bus tickets, right? Like actual insurance.
It really is. It's basically ixigo betting on their own data science. They promise you'll get a confirmed ticket, and if you don't, if it's still waitlisted when the chart is prepared, they offer a multiple times refund.
Multiple times? How much?
The sources specifically mention 2x or even 3x the ticket price back.
Wait, 3x. 3 times the fare back. That's huge. If you normally risk losing your money or getting a tiny refund, this completely changes the calculation.
It absolutely does. They're essentially saying, our AI prediction is so good, we'll bet 200 or 300% of the fare on it. And if we're wrong, we pay you. It turns a potentially desperate situation into one with a financial cushion.
They're underwriting the uncertainty using their algorithm. Wild.
And alongside that financial guarantee, there's ixigo Assured Flex. What's that about?
Assured Flex is more about planning flexibility. It lets you get instant full refunds or change your date, your train, even the travelers on the booking, often with 0 fees.
So removing the penalty for changing your mind or if plans shift.
Exactly. Takes the stress out of booking early when things might still be uncertain.
Okay, so guarantees for uncertainty, flexibility for changes. Now, going back to flights for a sec. We mentioned fare alerts, but what about price lock? Hedging against price jumps.
Yeah, price lock is clever. You pay a small fee up front to lock in the current flight price for a set period.
Okay.
If the price goes up during that time, you still pay the lower locked price. If it goes down, you pay the new lower price. It's basically airfare risk management for the user.
So you're protected from hikes, but can still benefit from drops.
Nice.
Takes the gamble out of when exactly to hit book.
Right. And one last piece of tech I wanted to touch on because it feels so practical is the coach position locator using AR.
Oh, yeah, the augmented reality feature. I agree, this is brilliant. Picture a chaotic Indian train platform.
Yeah, long platforms, crowds, trying to find your specific coach.
Exactly. This feature uses your phone's camera. You hold it up, and it shows you on the screen exactly where your coach, like B1 or S5, is going to stop on the platform.
No more mad dash down the platform at the last second.
Precisely. It's taking data and turning it into immediate, stress-busting physical guidance.
So looking at the whole picture then, it seems like it's built on, what, predictability through AI, financial safety nets through these guarantees, and practical help like the AR locator.
Yeah, that sums it up well. And then they wrap it all in what they call seamless travel assistance, trip management tools, guides, customer support that gets the system. It's selling a managed journey, not just tickets.
So what does this all mean then, when you put it all together?
I mean, it means ixigo didn't just build another travel website. They look hard at the specific, often high-stress, high-friction parts of traveling in India, particularly the rail network's uncertainties. And they built specific tech solutions, back them with actual money, to fundamentally change how that feels for the user. They're not just a booking engine. They're kind of an assurance engine.
An assurance engine. I like that. That blend of algorithm and financial insurance feels like the real innovation here, which leads to a thought. Given this use of AI to predict something as uncertain as a waitlist clearing, and then offering, 2x or 3x refunds if they're wrong, how does that change how people plan travel? Do users start to just trust the algorithm completely because there's that financial safety net? Does it kill off traditional backup planning?
That's a fascinating question, isn't it? It really gets into the psychology of risk. When technology gets this predictive and offers guarantees,
Right.
when the platform itself is willing to bet big money on its own forecast, it shifts the feeling of risk. Maybe it encourages people to to take chances on waitlisted tickets they absolutely wouldn't have before.
Something for you, the listener, to think about: how much trust do you place in an algorithmic guarantee when there's money on the line? Until the next deep dive, travel smart.